I will start with very favorite question of yours. With the first question and the favorite question. What are you reading now?
I
This
love
is the
this
one
question.
question. This one question you always ask me. Whenever I receive a message from you, I get an anxiety ki now Amrut will ask me what I'm reading right now and I have to tell him. And that makes me read more.
Awesome,
So
awesome.
what are you reading now?
So thank you so much for asking my favorite question. So I don't read a book at a time. I read
Okay.
many books at a time. I mean, not at a time literally, not simultaneously. Nowadays, no, I'm trying to challenge my own belief systems and
Oh,
trying to read the books which don't go in sync with my beliefs and assumptions. No? For example, I always believe in empathy. I'm a social entrepreneur, and social entrepreneurship is all about empathy. It's about compassion, right? So I thought, let's challenge this norm, and I
okay.
read a book called Against Empathy. Yeah.
Oh,
So 5 years
uh,
ago, I would have just refuted that book as nonsense, kuch bhi bolta hai. But I read it, and that changed my mind. So
acha.
the author says, so for example, that empathy, more than empathy, what we need is rational compassion. Say, for example, uh, a person is unwell, he's lying in the bed in the hospital, and so to make him feel, you empathize with him. So to make him feel better, you get admitted in the hospital on his neighborhood bed, so that
Okay.
now this makes this gives no benefit to the person who is going through the pain, right? So this empathy is not working. What requires is rational compassion, where I feel the pain without experiencing it and then work on it to mitigate his pain. That's rational compassion, instead of becoming an emotional fool and lie down on a bed
Acha.
in this neighborhood. A big idea.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you always speak about the big idea. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll come to
that's
that. Yeah, we'll
in
come
fact,
to that.
Nachiket, of late I've discovered that my real passion is not reading. It's a corollary of reading. Whenever I get such awesome idea, I am impatient to share it with lot of enthusiasm with people like you or friends around me. That is more exciting for me, and hence I read more
That
and more
makes you a
books.
yeah, that makes you a better reader or more you read
Yeah,
more
yeah,
and more.
yeah. And it's a double advantage. I get to revise it. You get to learn about it. You get curious. Now, definitely, you'll get curious about the book, and at
Yeah,
least you'll
exactly. And I
watch
will
or
search it.
read
Yeah,
something.
definitely. Definitely. We'll come to first we will because for the viewers we will first come to because I have seen almost all your podcast. So I know Amrut Deshmukh well, but for the readers, for the viewers, I think maybe I can ask you a very basic question first. uh, what is Mission Make India Read, and
Okay.
how the inspiration, from where the inspiration came from?
Oh, now the answer might bore you because you have already watched my videos, and I
No,
hope
no,
your
no, but it
girlfriend
is
does.
for the common, it is common benefit
Yeah,
of all
yeah.
the viewers. Yeah,
But really, I'm glad that you watch all my videos, and I hope your girlfriend is not jealous of me.
I have a wife.
Okay, good. Uh,
Yeah.
see, Mission Make India Read is not a brand, it's not a business, it's a mission. I borrowed this term from Swami Vivekananda. He was on a mission to spread Vedanta philosophy. So it's a value, basically. So when I kept asking myself, why am I doing this? Till we reach the rock bottom where a value is left, a belief is left. Again, it's a belief system. And a belief is that if I'm not reading, I'm not changing. And if I'm not changing, I am not
Not
growing.
growing. Yeah.
And because of this strong belief, I have a burning desire to cultivate the habit of reading amongst the youth of India like you guys. So what I do is, I'm also a reader like other readers, but of its own kind, where I do not keep my passion to myself, because that will be just a hobby and it will make me happy. But I believe happiness is not enough. So if I learned this from Jay Shetty's book, Think Like a Monk, that if you put your passion to use to serve other people, that passion becomes purpose. It becomes your dharma. And now Mission Make India Read is my dharma to cultivate a reading habit. And so what I do is, because I'm a crazy book lover, I read all these fat books which are behind you. Monk Who Sold His Ferrari and Sudhamurti and Alchemist and Paulo Coelho's and Rich Dads. And I summarize them in 20 minutes in text and audio. I love to record them in my voice and give it for free to the whole of India, to all my brothers and sisters of India, just to provoke them. Okay, I don't stand for book summaries. I stand for the higher purpose of reading
Exactly.
habit, and this is one of the stupid medium of booklet app to keep the books alive in your daily routine. And if at all you like any summary, you will go and end up buying the book and reading it.
That's so humble of you. So humble of you. So you spoke about Booklet app. Okay. So if you can tell our viewers what Booklet app is. Yes, you are known
Yeah,
by this now. You are known by this name, the Booklet Guy. You have formed your identity behind your product. So we are the students of MBA. So we talk about product management. So you are the one who are you have named yourself after a brand now. That is the booklet. So if you could speak more about the Booklet app for the benefit of the viewers.
sure. So see, honestly, I don't look at me as a brand or a celebrity. If somebody comes and say that, I follow you, my first question is okay following me. Are you reading? I
Yeah,
don't
right.
want app downloads. I don't want follows. I want readers, because that I believe that is a tool to make India as a developed nation. Right? If minds change, the nation will change, and I think book is a safe tool to bring that change. So, booklet app is one of the tangible proof of my why to cultivate reading habit. One of the tangible proofs, where it is available on Play Store and Apple Store, and it's completely free, no subscription fees, no donation button, no irritating ads. Because when I was in this dilemma, people are
Yeah.
offering me lakhs of rupees to flash an ad. I was getting greedy, but then whenever I am in a dilemma whether to take a left or right, I go back and remember my heroes. I go back and check my why. Why did I start the whole thing? If Dr. Kalam, who's my hero, was in my shoes, what decision he would have taken? And I said, Vico Vajranti people had approached me. Sorry, books and
Acha.
toothpaste?
Oh,
No way, no connection.
put an ad.
On Yeah, to run
Put
an
an ad.
ad, they were
Oh,
offering me 5 lakh rupees
acha, on the
to
app. Okay,
run
got
a
it.
video ad of Alia Bhatt's new jingle, and for 3 days. And I turned down the offer. That no, on one hand I'm asking you to read, make India read, and on the other hand I'm distracting you by flashing ads. Sorry, reading requires focus. It's not like
True.
watching Noora Fateh's dance video or Kapil Sharma. That is okay, right? So this is, the app is driven by my value system. It's not driven by any strategy. And hence, when somebody asks me, why don't you charge at least 10 rupees, so that will help
Exactly.
you? So, no, but then it's like asking Gandhiji, why don't you charge 10 rupees to practice truth and non-violence?
True.
Right?
Actually,
It's
in an era wherein we are living with we are in the era of Shark Tanks, wherein and we are the budding MBAs. We always talk about startups and funding uthaya ki nahi uthaya. You are the one who is a social entrepreneur. That makes you like class apart from others. So that is what I have found. So I think you have already, because that is because of the fact that, in the words of Simon Sinek, you have found your why. That is what I could gauge from all the things what you said
yes,
till now.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
See, you
exactly.
yourself introduced me when you were discussing about your Readopod venture, and unanimously, my name popped in your mind, right?
Yeah,
That's because of my why, not because of my what. You did not approach me for the beautiful booklet app design, but for the higher purpose of reading habit. You don't look at me as an app developer, but a person who has sacrificed his money related career as a chartered accountant and doing something meaningful contribution to the society. People come to you for why you do, not for what you do.
exactly. So one thing which we did not mention in your introduction was Amrut is a chartered accountant. Ladies and gentlemen, please make a note of it.
Outdated,
Yeah.
outdated chartered
Yeah,
accountant. I don't even know
he's a
the.
humble guy. He's a humble guy. Loves to call himself by so many adjectives, but then we all know what it takes to become a chartered accountant. So
Hmm.
that maybe you may call it outdated, or you may call it like you are not practicing right now. But then, wo jo, that kind of education you had taken, or the efforts which you must have put in, definitely, because CA आसानी से नहीं होते लोग. So it is your humbleness, your humility that you say that like that. That still, but okay. Today it's about the booklet guy. But one thing, ladies and gentlemen, which I would like to tell you, uh, Amrut said that the booklet app is free. But there is one caveat. You know, Amrit, what I'm trying to say. It's free only for those who are readers. You आसानी से entry नहीं मिलती साहब. So you need to have a secret key. Do talk about that secret key, sir.
Yeah, so the idea came up when our Prime Minister declared the lockdown, I think
Okay.
in the last week of March 2020. Yeah. And the app downloads shot up by 400% within first 2 weeks of the lockdown. I was dancing. I thought this is blessing in disguise. Yeah, हम सबको लगा कि भारत बंद होता है एक दो दिन वैसा कुछ है, but it went on and I was praying that the lockdown should never come to an end, and partially it came true. I'm sorry for that. And but my happiness did not last for more than 4 5 weeks. Just because the app is free, people downloaded it, never bothered to open it because I come to know through analytics because of the other attractive apps, Kapil
Right.
Sharma's and those beautiful Varun Dhawan and Alia Bhatt's. I said, no, I don't want numbers. I'm not here to please or win a venture capitalist or an angel investor. Okay? I want readers. I want to infect my fellow Indians with my passion for reading books. And so I got an idea from a book called Actionable Gamification by Yu Kai Chow.
Yeah.
The name is quite misleading, but the book is not only about games and video games. It teaches you a lot more than that. Actionable Gamification by Yu Kai Chow. And what I learned is that, see, uh, just putting a money tag on something is not the only way to create value. I know that people say free doge to people will not care
Exactly.
about it, will not value. But then money is not the only way. If you make something scarcely available,
True.
value can increase. Like mangoes, we value mangoes because it comes only once in a year. But banana, nobody says my favorite fruit is banana, even if it is sweet. Why?
True.
Because it is available throughout the year. Right? If mango is available throughout the year, mango will become banana one day. Right? So I thought, okay, I should make it scarcely available. And I don't care about the unwanted. I never wanted to go viral. See, going viral has its
Oh,
own disadvantages because then my content will reach out to many people who don't believe in my why. See, I want only people like you who will be
okay.
with me, and not just for the sake of the app, but for the why, right? And so all those nonsense trolling and the useless criticism, they're far away from me because the book is such a beautiful filter, right? That people for whom pornography is their life will never come to me. For them, I am a stupid person. I am a mad guy, right? So coming to your question precisely, so what I did is I closed the gate. If you go to Play Store, Apple
True.
Store, and try to download the app, it's a huge gate with a red color lock on it,
Talk.
and you have to find the key to open the gate. Where is that key? 50 lakh people who are reading book summaries with me, who are inside the gate with me, have created their own key, personal key. You have to search that. Go to Google, you comment on my social media, whatever, it's up to you. I want you to put some effort to show
True.
that you are serious enough, you have that burning desire, and then I'll open the doors and everything is there for you. And then I'll hold your hand throughout your reading life. I'll give book recommendations, best of the best material, but you have to prove. I'm not for everybody. Booklet Guy is not for everybody. Booklet Guy is a spirit and not a celebrity. It's a spirit that believes in the power of reading habit. And it
Exactly.
has worked wonderfully. It has worked wonderfully.
Exactly.
People die for the key. They Google it. Do na please. कुछ लोग तो they have waited for months, and people who have waited for months and now got the key. Just imagine how valuable it must be for them.
I hope after listening this, many people are like who have not yet downloaded. They are downloading the booklet app and they are in search of
Yes.
a key. So it's like a
Yeah.
treasure hunt for them. But कभी temptation नहीं हुआ कि you
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
go viral?
Of course,
Never.
I'm a human. Yes, I'm a young human. Yeah. I fall prey to those immediate gratifications. Yeah.
Exactly.
But then again, thanks to the books, they change my mind. If you ask me, one thing that has brought a change in me after reading these 2,156 books
2001.
is
Just 1 minute. I'll sorry to interrupt. I'll pause you for a minute. 2156. So I think this somebody need. I will only comment it. 2156 books.
And
In how many
57th
years?
is on.
Yeah,
Uh, See, I read one book a day. So you can do the math. It's at
yeah,
least one book a day when there is no lockdown. And in lockdown, though, I was smelling books, literally. I was smelling books. I have books. I have 4,000 books in my house. I'm yet to read all of them. So I have books now. They are included in the kitchen. Few books are there in the toilet because of lack of space. Uh,
yeah.
yeah. So what was the question? Sorry, I skipped your question.
I think you spoke about it. The key. Yeah. So I
Huh.
only.
Correct. And then Nachiket, once you join the mission by using somebody's key, you can create your own key. And if suppose Gaurav joins the mission using your key, you will get a message from me. Nachiket inspired one reader. If one
Exactly.
more guy joins you using your key, you inspired two readers, three readers. And people send me screenshots of 1,000 and 2,000. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the spirit, and this is like inspiration. What like you inspire one people. One. This is how we make India read.
Hmm.
By the way, you spoke about books in the room and books in everywhere. So, if I'm not mistaken, your house is also known by the name Booklet House. Am
Yeah.
I correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and anybody and everybody who is a book lover is welcome to
The doors are
meet.
absolutely open. I mean, I'm not saying metaphorically. Literally, the
Yeah,
doors are open. It's only after 8 o'clock I have to close because of the mosquitoes. And
yeah,
you are welcome. No questions asked. You can sit on the beanbag, pick up any book. And there are some rules: no watching videos, no entertainment videos. Okay, you can just read. Go to my terrace and exercise. It's all open to all.
that's so. Matlab, social entrepreneur in a true sense. Huh? You spoke about. I'll just get to the next question. You spoke about time and again. You spoke about Kapil Sharma videos. You also spoke about that there are 50 lakh people who are on the Booklet app. So, and the count must be increasing day by day. That I'm very sure. Okay, but don't you think then in this time when everything is like era of instant gratification, in an era where the attention span is reducing, the era which is marred by the reels, Instagram, TikToks, everything, do you think Mission Make India Read is a Herculean task,
Of course,
and you are
of course, it's very
accepted it?
difficult. Yeah, yeah. What's the fun in doing easy stuff? I have to do the difficult things, right? Absolutely. See, instant
Exactly.
gratification. You spoke the you use the word instant gratification.
Yeah,
Then tell me, give me one person, be it Warren Buffett or Jeff Bezos or Ratan Tata, any successful person or your hero, and he devotes his success to Instagram Reels or a video on YouTube.
exactly.
How many of them have said? And how many of them have said that this book has changed my life? Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so. It speaks in itself, right? So success comes by a choice between delayed gratification or instant gratification on daily basis. Right at 5 o'clock when my alarm goes off, yeah, I have a choice between delayed gratification and instant gratification.
exactly, exactly,
The instant attractive gratification is कि AC बंद करो ठंडी है चादर ओढ़ के लो snooze the
exactly.
alarm and go back to sleep, or
Or
the
go and
difficult
exercise.
choice, the delayed one, no, push your butt out of bed, go to the terrace, do those 50 surya namaskar and 50 push-ups and 10 pull-ups. Okay, so it's always a choice between pav bhaji or green salad, and I have trained my mind to always say, that take the delayed gratification activity. Not easy, not at all easy.
Exactly, exactly. And you're doing it so gracefully. So that's hats off to you. Actually, hats off to you on this. But in your book, you also speak because you are very much aware. See, one thing is clear that motivation is one part, but you're also aware that this generation is changing. The millennials, the Gen Zs are changing. So in your book, you also make a reference of revising the rules of publishing, wherein you talk about saying that maybe you can make the book smaller, and that is how your own book is high, is I think 55 pages to be precise, the seven habits. So do you think that there are multiple mediums are coming, like for example making the books? Yeah,
Hmm. Oh wow, you too have it. Super.
yeah.
Yeah.
Making if you, I don't know whether you recall it, but you had sent me this once. upon a
Oh,
time.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, 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 yeah.
I don't remember
So
it.
that is one of my biggest possessions. The author himself has sent me a book, so it was one of
So
my
sweet.
best. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah. So there are a lot of things coming up. Okay, like for example, you also say that there is uh, any kind of medium you read from, like the maybe at a Kindle, maybe it PDFs, maybe the audiobooks, everything is okay. But don't you think that this is somewhere killing the original joy of reading? I was just speaking to, like, once in an organization, I was interviewing one guy, and in his resume it was written reading. His hobby is reading. So it clicked my mind, and I started like, चल तेरा personal interview लेता हूँ, technical side में रखते हैं. So I said, what do you read? And I don't want to name it on the public platform, but he took some FM audio ka naam. He took the name, and he said, I listened to this. Okay, I'll take the name. He said, I listened to Kuku FM. ठीक है, but this guy could not give me a single name of the book which he has read, but he said कि I am into reading and I listen to Kuku FM. So
Mhm.
how do you like tackle with such guys, and is these kind of mediums like Audible or Kindle really helping
Mhm.
according to
Bang on. I absolutely agree with you that these new mediums of reading come with their own pros and cons. First, I'll talk about the pros. That I see it no less than a miracle that I can carry 200 books in my pocket. I can't
you? Yeah,
carry more than four physical books in my bag. It pains. It
exactly.
hurts. I think we don't deserve such a miracle, right? Yeah, this is the good part. Second, when I'm watching uh, Steve Jobs interview on YouTube, I can say it is as good as reading part of his biography. He's not going to
Exactly.
say something opposite, at least. But the problem here is, it's the situation is like my dish has two items. On the left hand side, it is broccoli, and on the immediate right side in the same plate, I have chocolate ice cream, and I have to resist the chocolate ice cream and go for the broccoli. Tough, very tough, because the autoplay button, the other suggestions, the attractive videos. Yep, our brain is naturally wired for entertainment and less of learning, because again, we are naturally wired for instant gratification, not for delayed gratification. So it comes with a lot of attractive distractions. So
Exactly.
I fall prey to it at times, that I have a plan to watch Adam Grant's TED Talk, and I end up watching Kapil Sharma. I agree. I agree.
Exactly.
Yeah, it happens with me. तो आप लोगों का क्या?
Exactly. Exactly. But then I have a follow up question on this. I was listening to the TED talk of Luis von Ahn, who is a founder of Duolingo, who is a which is a language learning app, which is very popular amongst the learners. Basically, those who want to like go for immigration and go to other countries, they use it, and they have used exactly the similar algorithms like they use it in Instagram or TikToks, and that way they have made the learning addictive. The TED Talk itself is being called as making learning addictive. So do you think there is a high time that we need a product? Again, I come back to product because of the MBA jargons. Sorry for that. But then we need a product which will be something like that, which will
Exactly.
like make you addictive to reading books.
Yes, you spoke my heart, Nachiket. So I'm working on this. The future projects are going to blow your mind. It will be a positive addiction for reads where I'm coming up. I'll reveal this for the first time. I'm coming up with this IPL होता है ना, Indian
Exactly.
Premier League. I'm coming out with the national level IBL, Indian Booklet League,
Oh, I
where
think the
in
promo is already
corporates,
there on the app, I believe.
maybe, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 right, right. So corporates where there will be league matches, same like IPL format, Group A, Group B. Group A में 10 teams है. Teams will be like marketing team,
Wow.
accounting team, logistic team, and they all play matches amongst them. Now, what is a match? Within 24 hours, you have to read a summary, which is allotted to you, a book, say Give and Take by Adam Grant, and each player will get six balls. What are those six balls? Six questions, very intelligent questions based on the summary that you have read. One right answer is a sixer,
Oh,
three consecutive wrong answers is out. and there will be man of the match. The highest runs team wins, and there will be quarter final, semi-final, final. On the final day, booklet guy will come and applaud the winners,
That's
and
that.
people will love, and they will end up reading 30 to 40 books in one season. They won't come to know. They'll be discussing. I'm allowed for discussion, so if you get a question, you can ask on the group. Do you know the answer? So वही तो चाहिए. People are the quality of discussion has changed from Shah Rukh Khan's flop movie to Steve Jobs or biography. This is what we want. So the idea behind is gamifying this boring thing like
Exactly.
reading. We think that we love cricket or any other game because of the bats and balls. No, it's not because of the bats and balls. Because of the gaming elements, game mechanics, and the biggest mechanic is numbers. Just remove runs from cricket, and cricket will be the most boring thing in the world.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah.
So I've brought runs. I've just drawn all the analogies of cricket into reading. Let's see, it's an experiment, and I hope it will work.
Just one key learning for the audience from this answer. If Amrut Deshmukh, the guy, can say that reading is boring and he still makes 2156 books, I think this is just an inspiration. I think this reminds me of a concept which you have given in your book, which is related to passion. If you could put light on that, that with the Sachin Tendulkar example you had given,
Sure.
that, yeah, that
See,
it is
I
not
learned
about
this from
passion. Yeah,
Carl Newport, the author of the book. So good you can't ignore you.
yeah,
We think that passion means do what you love, do what excites you. Wrong. That's the wrong meaning of passion. Passion, the original meaning of it is pati, a Latin word, which means suffering.
oh,
Passion means suffering and not what you love or excites you or that gives you pleasure. So we think that mastery comes from passion, that you have to be first passionate and then you become master of it. No, mastery doesn't come from passion. Passion comes from mastery.
astray.
So
Exactly.
first you have to suffer a lot, become better at it so that you gain control over it and you start enjoying it. And then, as a natural consequence, the world calls you as a passionate cricketer or a passionate reader. For example, do you think Sachin must have hit a sixer on the first stroke of his life?
No, no, not at all.
Certainly not. उसने कोच की गालियां खाई होगी, अरे स्टेट ड्राइव ऐसे होता है, एल्बो को ऐसे पकड़ते, you must have cried, frustrated. He suffered the most than you and me, and that's why when he hits a sixer, he enjoys more than you and me because he have suffered more than you and me. Are you getting the paradox?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. It's
So
such a great
it's a
example.
very unlikely that you get better at it and you don't enjoy it. ये कभी ऐसा होगा ही नहीं. See, suppose you suffer in cooking. Initially, you make bad dishes, but
Exactly.
then you get better and better. Everybody starts loving your dishes, but you say no, I don't love cooking. Highly unlikely. You are hitting fours and sixes. Everybody is praising you, but you say I don't enjoy cricket. नहीं होगा ऐसे. So first you have to suffer, then you become better at it, and then most likely you'll start enjoying it, and then as a result, you are a passionate dash dash dash. Because I locked myself inside the room, in the bedroom, especially when my friends were clubbing in the night clubs, and I was busy underlining those big ideas from the Sudha Murthy's and the Robin Sharma's. Okay, I suffered, and then as a result, you guys call me as a passionate reader. I did not
Very,
enjoy my fifth book of my life as much as my 2156th book.
very true. Very true. And I think I just loved the example of Sachin Tendulkar because who is considered as gifted, the god himself. But then we forget the efforts that were put in at the initial stage of the
Exactly.
career, and then we say that he's
Yes.
just gifted and passionate player. I think we have one question which was also on my list. My friend Vaibhav Tyagi asked, so I'll just show it here. So this is because we are the batch of EPGP, wherein the all our peers are in the age group of maybe 30 to 40 range group, and most of us are with kids, young kids. So how do we imbibe the habit of reading in them? So Vaibhav asked how to imbibe reading habit into the character of 7 8 years. So 7 8 is maybe Vaibhav is taking his own example, but this I can make it generic one. How to make kids read? This was also in
Okay.
my mind.
Thanks, Vaibhav, for asking this question. I assume you have a son or a daughter. I'm going to give a very uncomfortable answer. Sorry for that. Kids do what we do, not what we say. If your
Exactly.
kid is on the mobile most of the time, it means probably you are on the mobile most of the time. If he is watching TV most of the time, that means you are watching. Preaching doesn't work. Practice. Be the change you
Okay.
wish to see in others. Others, matlab, forget the word, your own child. I'm not talking about Gandhiji or changing the world. Yeah. So what you have to do is on the dining table, you share one big idea that you learn from Atomic Habits, for example, by James Clear, regardless of whether he understands it or not. The point is not to explain the concept. The point is the way we passionately talk about pizzas and burgers. Oh, it's amazing. Our non-verbal communication speaks louder than our words. You know this. 70% of communication is non-verbal. You know, my eyes are now the way I'm talking. I'm moving so much right now. That is impacting you more than what I'm speaking right now. So how I'm talking is more important than what I'm talking. So that amount of passion you have to put in when you share that one big idea from that book that you have learned. Don't tell him to read books. Tell him what you read from a book. All right, that will help. I never told my friends around me to read. They all are reading because they saw the change in me. People get inspired by our actions, not by our words, right? And
Very
hence
true.
Gandhiji said that my life is my message. Initially, I thought it's a very arrogant statement. But then I realized, no, it's so true. उन्होंने जो किया है, that itself is the message.
Indeed, indeed, true. Indeed, deep, very deep. One curious question. We, the booklet guy, where whatever I have seen, whatever I've read, usually speaks about non-fiction, self-help, motivational. Does booklet guy don't like? Doesn't he like fiction? Or if it is like, what is it like? What do you like in fiction, or you don't read fiction at all?
Wow. I must say you have done a PhD in me. You know everything about me. I'm a little scared. As if you have a CCTV camera in my house.
No, no,
Wow, very good observation. Uh, yes, I have a bias. I say read random, but secretly, I have a
exactly.
bias towards non-fiction books. I admit that for a reason that today entertainment की कमी नहीं है. You don't have to reach out to entertainment separately. Entertainment comes to you in some or the other form. Politics is the best source of entertainment today, right? Especially Maharashtra politics. Yeah. So I think I divide the content into two things: entertainment or learning. Right? And
Okay.
entertainment is always attractive. I agree. Yeah. So I think my focus is more on learning. Now, don't take me wrong that we don't learn anything from fiction. I
No,
learned
no,
from Alchemist, Paulo Coelho. I learned from Harry Potter, the creativity. Yeah.
exactly.
But then those murder mysteries, thrillers, erotics, I avoid those
Yeah.
because erotic is full. Netflix is full of bedroom scenes,
Exactly,
right?
exactly. But don't you think, just a follow up question on this? Don't you think so the person who is a non-reader, okay, we have to pull him into reading? And according to me, maybe people may thrash me, people may counter me, but then I feel when you are a non-reader, especially from maybe in India, and you talk about Maharashtra, so maybe from vernacular mediums, I believe that people like, even sorry for that, but I'm taking that name. People like Chetan Bhagat has also done for converting a non-reader into a reader. Those non-readers who got converted into a reader now can be made to read Simon Sinek and other readers. That is what is my viewpoint on this. What do you think on this?
Absolutely. I think you brought me on the right track. So now the young authors of nonfiction have understood the power of stories. See, when you talk about fiction, it's not actually fiction. You would love to
Exactly.
read a real life story as well. You love those autobiographies. As long as it's a story where it's creating a picture on your mental canvas, you are hooked. Are you getting my point?
Exactly.
So you look at Psychology of Money, Morgan Housel. It's full of stories.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. He has written in the
Yeah,
best possible
yeah,
way, like in a
yeah. I
fictional way.
never.
Like,
Yeah, a
yeah,
finance book written in a story
such
form
a
for the. I'm a
yeah,
chartered accountant, and I learned so many new things after reading 300 books on finance when I was in stock market. So this is the change. Who moved my cheese? Completely
exactly.
fictional work, but with a message. I'm talking about these books. In fact, and so now I'm going to rectify my mistake. My next book will be full of fiction, a mixture of fiction, my real life events, so kind of biography, and self help messages. You won't come to know whether it's
Wow.
a biography, a fiction, or a
Exactly.
self help. And I
Wow.
bet you'll be hooked to it. And the name
And
of
when
the
can
book
we expect
is,
that?
yeah, that's a suspense. I'm not going to reveal the name and date.
You almost revealed it, but okay, maybe. Okay, so maybe we are going into the maybe the last section of this. Uh, One thing which I would like to know from you. Uh, I talk about the very important person in your life in the Booklet app. We have always seen that when you go for gymming or exercising, you need a views. They say that कि एक partner होना चाहिए साथ में. But you have a partner, a friend in Booklet app or the Mission Make India Read, and that is Farid. So if you could speak about him, how that bonding came into picture, and why do you think that maybe you need at every stage or maybe in every venture of your life you need somebody like this is a true example that कोई push करने वाला होना चाहिए. So maybe what I feel that whatever whenever I see you guys or Farid is also independently doing his readings and his posts that I often follow Farid also. So I have seen that. But then is it like that you both of you push each other something or so I would
100%. I mean, hats off. I mean, you asking this question itself shows that how much empathetically involved you are in our mission, because nobody has asked about Farid till now. Because I'm the face, I'm the voice of Booklet, but actually he's the backbone of Booklet. I can travel throughout the world because he is busy in the office doing all those daily operations. And literally, I've picked him from an area where you won't even enter. Yeah, the area is quite backward, and I found a gem in that area. And the best compliment I have got, Nachiket, is now our friendship is of more than 5 years now. We spend 8 9 hours the whole day. We discuss about books. उसने क्या सीखा, मैंने क्या सीखा, new ideas. And my best day of my life was a girl, a booklet fan, a booklet reader said that I was talking to Farid and I felt as if I'm talking to you, Amrut. And I was like, wow, this is what
okay.
I wanted to hear, because that means that's the amount of knowledge that even he has now in his head. And I got tears of joy. Yeah. We have become like more than brothers. Yeah. And I can predict what is going to speak. He can predict what will be the next line. So like a husband and wife. So we work like brothers, and it's beyond salary and beyond booklet. Yeah, I know everything about his personal life, about his ammi. Yeah, he knows. He takes care of my father when I am out. So it's beyond numbers. Yeah.